In this video, we're gonna be talking about Lombok and how we can use it so we don't have to manually write constructors and getters and setters. So Lombok is a dependency that is annotation based that allows us to specify annotations on certain Java classes that are gonna generate constructors, getters, and setters for us. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go to the project POM XML where the dependencies are specified, and I'm gonna add another dependency right here in the dependencies array, and that's gonna be this dependency, org project Lombok, and I'm gonna click this button here to reload the Maven changes. If that doesn't pop out for you, you can open the Maven menu on the right and you can click the reload Maven changes right here. After we've done that, we have Lombok in our project and we can start using Lombok. So now what do we need to do? Now we need to go to the product, for example, here. We can go to the product class, and instead of doing this manual constructors, we can go ahead and say at the top we want a no args constructor, which is basically gonna give us this no args constructor, so I can remove it. Then we can have an all args constructor. So that means that this annotation here would give us an all args constructor, so we can remove the all args constructor. And we can also add getter and setter. And now I can remove the getters and the setters, because these annotations are gonna generate all of that for us. And as you can see now, the class looks really simpler. So it just has the fields, and then we are using the Lombok annotations to generate the no args constructor, the all args constructor, the getters, and the setters. Now, in order to use Lombok in IntelliJ, there is also a plugin. So you go to settings, file settings, plugins, and right here, as you can see, I have the Lombok plugin extension installed. And in order to be able to use Lombok in IntelliJ, you need to install this plugin so it recognizes and it works fine without. So it works fine with your IDE. So you just go to the file settings, plugins, and here in the marketplace you search for Lombok, you download it, and you install it. You apply it, and you can use Lombok. And as you can see, it does shorten out the code that we need to write. So for example, we no longer need to manually write the constructors and the getters and the setters. And it really is convenient for writing classes. Like sometimes you're gonna have a lot of fields, and even though you're generating them in IntelliJ, like you're not manually writing the constructors and the getters and setters, still it's gonna look a lot cleaner like this, where you just have the annotations and then you have them generated by Lombok. So you basically have them, you use the annotations and you just get them without, kind of having your class here with too many things. And it's a lot more easier to read what you have in the class. And it's a lot faster for development, where you don't need to write as much code, as much, let's say, boilerplate code for the classes. So that's going to be for this video, basically. We saw how we can use Lombok to get our getters, setters, and constructors for our class and clean up the actual object, clean up the actual class a little bit, so it's a lot easier to see what do we have in there. And then we can just use this product as we used it until now. So as you can see, all of the code works perfectly fine. All of the getters, setters, constructors for an object, that's working perfectly fine. So that's going to be it for this video.